What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. 5 years ago today, I took delivery of my first Camaro, my 2013 Camaro ZL1. And guess what? Today, I'll be taking delivery of my third Camaro. Alrighty guys, so here it is, my 1969 Camaro SS. This is a car that I've been wanting for about 15 or so years, ever since I've been a kid. My dad actually had one of these when he was growing up. It was his first car that he ever got. And I've always wanted one since he talked to me about it. This is a long time coming for the channel. I've been looking for one for past few years now, just been looking online and things like that. And I didn't really start to make moves until I sold the 2017 ZL1. So after I sold that car, I was really looking and finding different ones. I had my eye on a few, but I fell upon this car just randomly. And this is pretty much a dream car of mine. This is definitely a bucket list item that I can check off. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around here of the car for you guys. But basically, 1969 Camaro SS, it has a garnet red tint coat. It's not a matching numbers car by any means, but I didn't really want that either. Matching numbers cars, to find a really good quality car like that, it's expensive, extremely expensive. And if it's not great quality, you have to go through an entire restoration process. So I didn't really care about matching numbers cars, but this car originally was a SS 350. It had Olympic gold paint. It also had a black vinyl top, and it had the black interior like this one has. So that was the original car, which is pretty cool. I have some paperwork the previous owner gave to me of everything that's been done to the car, and it's real easy to look through the VIN number and the RPO like stamp code to find out basically what body this is. This is an X11 code body, so that's the SS 350 essentially. So the car itself has recently been restored. The owner was going for more of a classic style Pro Touring. So throughout the video, I'll be showing you guys some things about the car, and you'll see what I mean by the Pro Touring aspect. But first, I know everybody wants to see under the hood. If you guys saw the shots right before this, you would have seen that it has a big block in it. So it does in fact have a 454. This is a crate engine that the guy had put in, brand new. It has about 2,000 miles on it. It makes about 425 horsepower. The guy said it makes more, like 438. This is a custom radiator to fit where the factory one would go, so it's a little thicker, provides better cooling. Bigger fans on the opposite side here. Power brakes, disc brakes actually, and power steering. This particular engine here has a manifold instead of a long tube header, so it doesn't hit the steering box right there, so it'll clear nice. The long tube headers, you kind of have to route around, you have to like notch them to fit around that. But I like that because he was able to fit that big block in there with ease. Now, a quick thing to mention here is it's kind of funny because when I was younger growing up, and then shortly after when I got my license, I always thought about getting one of these cars, and I told myself, when I get a 69 Camaro, I'm gonna put a 454 in it. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's kind of wild that I found this car already with a 454 in it. So that was definitely a bonus when I was looking at it. Everything on the car works just like it did the day it rolled off the assembly line. So all the lights work. It's got the classic rally style wheels. It has the trim package, obviously from the factory. That's the I forget what they call this here, but it is actually a package you get with the car. So if we come back here to the trunk, not that it really matters, but when I saw this trunk, I couldn't believe it. So brand new liner, everything looks nice. It has a spare tire. It has the actual jack from the factory. This is how you would have gotten it from the factory. Now he did leave his little duster in here. Maybe I ought to contact him if he wants it back, but he gave me this original style steering wheel, which is cool too. So right now it has that Grant steering wheel on it, but he did give me the original Chevy steering wheel, which is in great condition. Then he also gave me some of the chrome bumper guards. If you guys notice, those of you guys that know a lot about 69 Camaros, the bumper guard would essentially go like that, so between the license plates, but he took them off. I might leave them off, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, the fact that it has a nice looking trunk was just a good selling point as well. Everything under the car is clean, very clean. It has new suspension, has a 10-bolt posi traction rear. The gearing in this car is actually 308. It's a highway gear because, like I said, this car was built to be a classic pro touring car. So it has a 4-speed 700R4 trans. This thing on the highway at like 60, 70 miles an hour is sitting right around like 1800 RPMs. It's great. So it's a great highway driver. It's a great driver in general, and that's exactly what I wanted. I told you guys that I was going to be getting a driver's car, and I'm going to be driving this thing a lot. You don't really see people driving classic cars a lot because they sit in people's garages. I've always wondered why people did that, but I'm gonna be driving this car as much as I can. So we'll go in the interior here real quick. I'll show you some things. We get in the car here, like I said before, everything works. So the lights, we turn the lights on, it's too bright to really see it, but everything lights up, all the gauges light up. When I open the door, the dome light comes on, as you can see, and even the light back here for the rear seat, I don't know if you can see back here, but you can see it lit up on my hand. That even works, which is crazy. It's got a little factory ashtray back here. Everything's brand new, or everything's pretty new. He has the RS package gauge cluster up here, which was cool. I really liked that. If you don't get this, a lot of guys put the 3 gauges here, like on like a little mounting bracket, and I love that this is in here because that's factory style gauges. He had a vintage radio fitted in here, but it has Bluetooth. So there's a company that makes vintage radios so the car looks vintage, but you actually have the option for Bluetooth on this, which is sweet. The speakers are in the back, and then if someone calls me, I can answer a call, or I can listen to music on my phone. So that was like, I mean, these are all bonus things that I really didn't expect in this car, but it came with it. If these cars had a turbo 350 transmission, they only had a speedometer and a fuel gauge. What this Rally Sport package here does, it puts your fuel gauge down here, and then it replaces it up here with a tachometer. So now I got a speedometer and a tach, and that's great. That's how I would have done it if I had gotten this car and it didn't have it. So I like that. The horn even works. It's got a nice little horn on it. I mean, you know, little things, it's like, oh, the horn works. Okay, well, this is, you guys have to understand, this is a car from 1969, and all this stuff works on it. So that's just a huge bonus for me. All the headliners new as well. Sun visors, everything works great. The windows roll up and everything like that, as you can see. So I'll get out of the seat here and show you, but these are more like of a padded style seat. A lot of people like they put like covers on these seats, and they're really cheap, but this is a whole seat. The rear windows, obviously, they still roll down, as you can see. So at this point, I guess I'll start it up for you guys. He has the factory exhaust on it. He did also include a Flowmaster full exhaust that's a lot louder, so I'll probably put that on the car, but I'll just give you guys a little sound clip here in the car starting up. So, as you can see, it's very quiet. In fact, I'm not really talking any louder than I was before I started the car. If we come around to the front, so you can hear how quiet the engine is. It runs perfectly smooth and fine. Couldn't really ask for much more, honestly, out of a carbureted big block. It's got a nice little lope to it. Factory 454, it's not cammed out or anything. That's pretty much it, guys. That's the reveal of the new car on the channel, my dream car that I've always wanted. I should say one of my dream cars. I have a few, but this is one of the big ones. This is a big bucket list item for me, and I'm so glad I have it finally now. You guys are gonna get a lot of content with this car. I got a lot of cool ideas what I want to do to it. It's gonna be a whole build. We're gonna call it Project 69. So for this year, I'm gonna do a lot of driving. I'm gonna drive the car around a bit and just really enjoy it as is. I'll do some upgrades and things like that, but for the most part, it's gonna stay like it is. And then come 2021, I have some pretty cool ideas for the car that you guys are definitely going to stay tuned for. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. With the release of the GT500 and the release of the new C8 Corvette, there's a lot of eyes on those cars right now. Those of you guys that have been here with me since the beginning of the channel, you know that I'm not really a guy that does trendy things, or I don't really just go and do it for the views. I get what I want, I buy what I want, and I do what I want. And that's pretty much what I did here. That's what I'm going to continue to do with my channel. So thank you guys for your support thus far. I hope to continue to receive your support in the future. If you guys are coming here for the first time watching this video, definitely hit that subscribe button for more Camaro, classic Camaro content. And as always, have a great day.